speak against?
Yeah.
Donald?
Could you please, Mr Mayor, I'd just like to know what action has been taken since this was last discussed by Council in relation to the manure from the associated stables. What action's been taken to make sure that that's not happening? Do we know? Or has nothing been done?
I haven't done anything. It's a question to me.
Mr. Ash.
Oh, Mr. Ash, have you done something there?
Through you, Mr. Mayor, we've been liaising with our environmental health officers, and they've actually gone out there and done a lot more surveillance, and they've actually pinned some of the stables, the people who are managing the stables out there for inappropriate use, inappropriate pollution. It's all inappropriate.
So do you find them? Or
Yeah, they get fined, Mr. Mayor.
so there's additional policing has been done by our health officer, right?
Yes, Mr. Mayor.
Mr Mayor, it's of concern to me that if this lake is filled in, that you know the runoff.
Lake.
It is actually.
Sorry.
Well, a definition of a lake is. Well, actually, in the report,
it's a temporary retention basin.
in the report, it does say lake.
I'm telling you,
and,
it says that was known to be by people like Councillor Castro calling it Swan Lake.
Mr Mayor, it just says on page 14, other similar sized lakes in the city, and a definition, a large lake. A lake is a large area of water surrounded by land, and I'd say
Council asset and was dug up and as a retention basin.
Point of clarification. Actually, Councillor McDonald isn't actually wrong. The definition of a lake is a large area of land, of water surrounded by land.
Yeah, but when you go back to our lengthy discussion at the last term, it was a temporary retention basin. I can't make those words up, I can tell you.
I can recall another area in our city, Mr Mayor, where it's classed as a canal when it's actually a drain.
I'll deal with you in a second, McDonald.
Mr Mayor, if this lake is removed, and it says here, and we are all picking out certain sections of
Sorry, are you asking a question?
I am. That it's got here that being deposited on public lands remains a long-standing contamination source of surrounding waterways. So if this doesn't go into the lake, we're going to see more runoff into the other surrounding waterways. And I just want to ask the officers what's happening with that to contain that. I know that on page 15, it's got here that it's going to be a system put in place. But if we're getting rid of a big area of a water body here, doing a little retention area, I can't see how that's going to solve the issue of any runoff that's going to go into that other water body.
Okay, could you put the topographical map? See on the right there where you got the turf club? Water will find its way to its lowest level, right? So without doing any further study, I would say that the runoff will be directing to the turf club retention. But Mr. Ash, have you got any additional information there?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. There are 3 minor pipe systems actually discharging into the lake, into the water body itself, and they need to be picked up. They need to be picked up and actually diverted around the outside. If the lake was to be filled, it would have to be diverted.
It's not a lake, I'm telling you.
Sorry. The water body would have to be diverted around the outside of the water body, And the water body's function at the moment does it provide a water quality improvement type facility. We'd have to replace that in some shape or form, like a bioretention system. So the three systems would go into like an open channel, then through a bioretention system. It would then leave the lake as it does now through a low flow pipe.
Sit down. Right. Anyone want to speak against the motion?